Mastering debt is the secret sauce to becoming a millionaire in today's world. Believe it or not, that's according to President-elect Donald Trump. While many see debt as a scary monster, Trump views it as a powerful tool for building wealth, if you know how to handle it right. But is it really that simple? With stories of success and failure in his wake, Trump's approach raises some eyebrows. Are we ready to embrace his unconventional wisdom on wealth building? Before we dive in, make sure to like this video, hit subscribe, and ring that notification bell. Welcome to Findable, your go-to spot for eye-opening financial insights. Think debt is a bad idea? Well, Donald Trump sees it as your secret weapon, if you know how to use it right. For Trump, debt isn't something to be scared of. It's more like a handy tool for building big dreams. He calls it a great thing, but only if you play your cards wisely. It's not just about avoiding debt, it's about learning how to manage it wisely. Trump believes that understanding how to use debt to your advantage is key to building real wealth. Just like fire, it can provide warmth and comfort, but if you're not careful, it can also cause serious damage. Look at Trump's real estate empire, for instance. He doesn't just buy properties, he borrows money to supercharge his profits. But here's the real catch. Succeeding with debt means you've got to be financially savvy. If you dive in without a clue, it can lead to a world of hurt. Trump believes the real goal isn't merely to get out of debt like these financial gurus often preach. It's about mastering it like a pro. So, can flying first class when you're broke really help you get rich? Trump thinks it might. Here's a fun story from Trump's playbook. He had this friend who, despite being pretty tight on cash, always flew first class. At first, Trump thought it was a pretty wild move. Why splurge when your wallet's feeling light? But this friend had a clever strategy. Flying first class made him feel like he was part of the successful crowd. That mindset, Trump noticed, eventually helped him climb the success ladder. And you know what? Trump lives by this mindset too. His larger-than-life persona isn't just for show. It's a smart way to project confidence and authority. Whether it's his flashy penthouse or the iconic Trump Tower in Manhattan, he believes in creating an image of success that translates into real achievements. For Trump, wealth isn't just a number in the bank. It's all about the mindset. What's better than owning a home? Owning the whole block, and doing it with someone else's money. Donald Trump's love for real estate is no secret. He calls it the best investment on earth. But there's a lot more to his game than just buying properties. The real genius lies in the knack for using other people's money, be it banks, investors, or lenders, to fund his big deals. Take Trump Tower, for instance. He didn't just fund it all himself. He strategically used debt, betting on the thriving Manhattan property market to make substantial profit. But don't get it twisted. This isn't about luck. Trump meticulously calculates every move. For him, real estate strikes the perfect balance between stability and the potential for explosive growth. That said, he's quick to remind you, it's not a guaranteed win. If you don't know the market or fail to plan for downturns, real estate can turn into a nightmare. Now, is Trump really a self-made billionaire? The numbers tell a different story. Donald Trump often paints himself as a self-made mogul, but investigative journalists Russ Buettner and Suzanne Craig dug up a different reality. Contrary to Donald's claims of a small loan, his father, Fred Trump, actually handed him the equivalent of $500 million when you adjust for inflation. That's hardly starting from scratch. Fred Trump's disciplined approach to residential property development gave Donald a solid foundation and a safety net. But Donald didn't stop there. He took risks his father would have never considered, diving into luxury skyscrapers and high-profile ventures. Some, like Trump Tower, were big wins. Others, think Trump University and his failed casinos, were spectacular flops. If Trump had simply parked his inheritance in the stock market, he might be richer today. Here's a twist for you. If Trump had taken that $500 million from his father and tossed it into a stock market index fund, his wealth today could be even higher. Analysts estimate that investments would have ballooned to about $5.9 billion, slightly more than his current estimated fortune of $5.7 billion. Instead, Trump chose a different route, branching out into real estate, television, and branding. Some moves, like his role on The Apprentice, skyrocketed his public profile and his bank account. But others, like Trump iced bottled water and his failed airline, took a big bite out of his profits. It's a solid reminder that even the boldest strategies don't always pay off as expected. So, have you ever thought about how much of Trump's fortune is real and how much is just hype? According to Forbes, Trump's net worth is currently pegged at $5.7 billion. However, here's the twist. About half of that wealth comes from his stake in Truth Social, a controversial right-wing alternative to Twitter. The catch? Truth Social is struggling financially and could crash entirely if Trump's political clout diminishes. Financial analysts have dubbed it a meme stock, valuable more for its hype than for any real substance. Beyond that, a significant chunk of Trump's wealth is tied up in real estate, from his Manhattan properties to his expansive golf courses. But here's the thing, these assets aren't liquid, meaning they can't easily be turned into cash. Trump's strategy has always been revolved around building an empire based on assets that appreciate over time, even if they don't provide immediate cash flow. Think playing it safe in the stock market will protect you? Think again. Trump has witnessed firsthand how even the most cautious investors can lose it all. He recounts seeing hard-working conservative folk lose 50% of their net worth during stock market crashes. These weren't high-risk gamblers. They were rule followers who still got burned by the system. That's why Trump champions tangible investments like real estate. Unlike stocks, which can nosedive overnight, property holds intrinsic value. But he's also quick to caution, real estate isn't a guaranteed win. Without financial savvy, even the best assets can quickly turn into liabilities. Is Trump's wealth built on skill, luck, or a bit of both? Let's unpack his legacy. Trump's rise to billionaire status is a blend of bold choices, inherited wealth, and relentless self-promotion. His father, Fred Trump, laid the groundwork, but it was Donald's willingness to take risks and his knack for selling his brand that transformed that foundation into a global empire. From his starring role on The Apprentice to licensing his name for properties worldwide, Trump seized opportunities that merged business with celebrity. However, his career also served as a cautionary tale. For every success like Trump Tower, there's a misstep like Trump University. For every moment in the spotlight, there's a financial blunder lurking in the background. Yet one thing is clear, Trump's approach to wealth building is anything but conventional. Whether you agree with his methods or not, his perspective on becoming a millionaire is straightforward. Embrace risk, master debt, and project unwavering confidence. So what do you think? Do you agree with Trump's take on using debt as a tool for success? Or do you believe it's too risky? Share your thoughts in the comments. And that's a wrap for today. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to Finavolt. Stay tuned for more insights, and we'll catch you on the next video.